Guys, welcome to another edition of Open Chest with Raj Gurn Live. Today's topic is how ethical is ethical beauty? And to help me dissect this, I'm thrilled to invite the founder of ethical beauty brand MOOV Cosmetics, Shivani Kumar Chohan. Welcome to the show, sweetheart. I'm so excited. We have been trying to coordinate this for many months. I'm so happy. I'm happy that I've got you.
Thank you. Thank you. Me too. I'm very excited for this. It's just, nothing excites me more than just talking the brand and talking about MOOV and what it is. And with people that actually get it and understand it, it's a great feeling. And so ever since I'm like prepping myself, just here and there, but you know what I'm really excited about? I got to do my hair. I did some makeup. I actually had a place to go today.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
I hear you, and you look absolutely fabulous, like you always do.
Thank you.
It's really funny, guys. Just a little bit of backstory. Me and Shivani have known each other probably for about 2 decades, dare I say, for as long as she's been here in Toronto. And we're going to kind of go through her journey shortly. But before we do, I want to actually take the opportunity to formally introduce her so you guys can understand context around why I thought she was the perfect guest for this discussion. And I really want to kind of dig deep when it comes to why MOOV Cosmetics was kind of her point of passion that she wanted to put out there in the big wide world. So without further ado, folks, for Shivani, beauty and fashion are more than a business venture. They are a deep-rooted passion that she has led pretty much into many other notable positions. She's had a long stint in the media industry, and some of her notable positions there have been editor-in-chief in YYZ Living magazine, the contributing editor for Real Style magazine, and a 7-year stint as style editor for Anokhi Magazine back in its print heyday. And for those of you guys who remember back that far, Shivani was one of the key instrumental founding members of the brand back then when it was first Anokhi Vibe, and then it became more sophisticated as Anokhi Magazine. And a lot of that was attributed to her bringing her sense of style, fashion, and creating identity around that for us. So I'm so excited that I finally get the opportunity to talk about her next brand. So I want to kind of go into that a little bit, but before I do, Shivani actually is also a big travel junkie. She has traveled globally to multiple locations, and in that, it's given her the opportunity to explore and find hidden cosmetics around the world's vast and diverse cultures. This exposure is the inspiration for her own founded venture, MOOV Cosmetics, which we're going to really dig our teeth into today. MOOV Cosmetics is a vegan, non-toxic, jet-setter approved nail lacquer line, which represents a mission to inspire others by practicing self-care, self-love, and self-awareness. What a great mission, and what a great way to kind of really start this conversation. Sweetheart, again, I formally welcome you to the show, and I can't wait to talk about you and everything that you've been up to.
Thank you so much. What an introduction. Like I said, I've been really excited to talk about this. Interviews in general are a little bit tough, but when you're doing it with somebody who understands, gets it, you have a relationship with, it's just so much more easier. And to be honest, like I said, I have been looking forward to this for so long now. Just that we've been trying to connect about it, but I can't wait to tell you why I started this and what this is about, and where it is today,
Absolutely. And so, I can't wait to get right in there. So let's do that. Like, you know what I'd like to do first? Shiv is my pet name for my girl here. So, if that sneaks out, you know why. I've known Shiv since she was extremely young and, full of energy, and, she's my girl. So I have a special place in my heart for her and what she actually brought to my brand in the early days as well. And I want to say that officially here.
I appreciate that. And it's likewise, you gave me an opportunity to display my my passion, my talent, what I was about then, young and fresh, doing the things we love, and that you let me bring it forward in many different areas in the magazine. And I appreciate that big time.
Oh, babe, honestly, we have such a mutual fan club. So let's get into it. I want to bring context to your love affair with fashion and beauty before we, dig into the brand, Shivani.
Okay.
Where did that come from? I mean, is it like most stories that its foundations come from kind of early childhood? Like, talk to me here. Where was it born?
Again, this is a very exciting question. You know why? Because, but for the rest of the world to know, I was born and raised in Thompson, Manitoba. So it's northern Canada, a very small town. So my parents were the very few Indian, families that migrated to Thompson, Manitoba. And what brought my father there was the nickel mine.
Right.
Having said that, it's a very small place with limited choices, limited stores, I can't even say a mall. We didn't even have a mall then. It was a strip mall, right? Like with like a store here, a store there, and that's pretty much it. Like a grocery store and a couple of other stores. That's all we had. So
I can't imagine that, sweetheart. I can't imagine that. Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's not just a place, it's the coldest place. It's minus 30 and above every single day. Like it reached minus 50 sometimes. Wow. We would see the windows crack. Like there's heat blaring inside, there's cold outside, and the mesh of it was just, that's the kind of childhood we had. But having said that, we loved it. We didn't know any better. We loved it. We didn't know any better. So it was, we were cold, but we were bundled up. We were outside and hills of snow. Like it was just, it's your childhood, right? You appreciate it, love it. So anyway, that's where it kind of started. Because, as a little girl, I loved my mom dressing up. I loved her. Right. Like she would put on makeup, she'd put on nail polish, she would put on some clothes here and there, like fancy clothes. Not many places to go because, like I said, it's a small place, But when she would do it, I would just adore her beauty, everything about my mother. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be like her.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Right? And then, so she would, and then I'd start, she would put on her makeup and I'm like, Mama, can I try your lipstick on? Can I try your nail polish on? Anyway, so that's where, the love of cosmetics kind of kicked in, right? From an early stage. You see your mother do these things and you're like, okay, fine, I want to do them. But with, again, limited brands, right? Because I remember the store my mom would go to was Woolco. Do you remember Woolco?
Yes, I do remember Woolco when I first came to this country.
There you go. Or Woolco, and what was the other one that after it changed names to Woolworth or something?
Woolworth? There was Woolworth. Yeah. There was also Zellers.
Well, Zellers.
When I first came here.
Yes, but we never had Zellers. No, it was literally Woolco and Woolworth, and I remember when I was probably like 10, maybe the Bay came in for a little bit.
No.
Yeah, it was so we were very limited, right? So anyway, so whatever brands they would have available to purchase, that's what my mom would come home with. Right. And that's what she introduced me to, the very, the commercial brands that she would put them on. I don't even remember back in the day. Was it Revlon and these type Maybelline is, I don't know if it goes that far, but anyway. That's how I started it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to I continue it. It's just something about it. I was loving it. I'd buy magazines wherever I can, flip through the pages, and I'm like, I really, there's got to be more to this world. Like, what am I looking at? This doesn't make any sense with my reality versus what I'm seeing on print here, right?
Right.
So, having said that, let's fast forward 17 years. I graduate from, high school. And I just came home and I was like to my folks, I'm out of here, guys. You guys stick around. I'm out. I got to go explore this world because this is not for me. Mm-hmm. So then I moved to Winnipeg, and that's where I did my undergrad. And and throughout university, Winnipeg all of a sudden it's the big city, right? So
right.
It's the big city, more brands, more availability, more awareness to what's happening around me now. And now I'm meeting people, and my friends are, fashion forward for, at that stage. And I'm like, oh my God, I was the girl with the unibrow. Like I never even got my eyebrows down, right?
Yeah, yeah. Because you don't know, sweetheart.
We don't know, right? So, you know, bless my friends that I made that I still am best friends with, that are my family now, like, you know, just took me under the wing. Let's go Shiv. Let's get you, you know, let's make you a city girl, basically. So anyway, so during university, I started taking courses that were somewhat relatable to cosmetics. I didn't understand how you make it. I wanted to get into the depth of what is this about? Like, how do you even get to make, like, skin cream, for example? Like, I didn't know any of this, right? So my courses were related to fields like this. So
I had no idea about that.
Yeah, you know, whether, and at that point I was also very confused whether I wanted to design, because I would always have, you know, the different outfit, or like, you know, especially when it came to Indian outfits, because again, it was limited, right? So, and you know, stores back in the day, you didn't have stores like we do today. It's what's out there today is unbelievable and incredible, right?
Yes.
So I would stitch my own stuff and, you know, create my own thing. And so it was either going to be fashion, it was either going to be print, it was either going to be, you know, travel. Like I was in that state of mind, right?
Right.
So then
it ended up being all three, by the way, folks.
Look at that, right? What you put out there is, the universe is listening to you.
100%.
So anyway, and I remember my thesis, even, I was like, you know, I took English, and I remember it being on cosmetics and on fashion, and I combined the two, and how it sort of formulated in my life anyway, right? So that's what I did. Then I did my undergrad, and I'm like, now where can I go? Where's the next biggest city in this country, right?
Yes.
And it was either East or West, and I chose East, and here I am in Toronto, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that, sweetheart? Like
I moved
18 years ago or something?
No, I moved in 2000 is when I moved here officially. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been, wow. So it's been 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. So I moved here. I jumped in my car, I remember, and I was like, I'm going.
Did you actually drive here?
I drove here. In fact, this is a funny story. So I drove my car here, right?
Yeah.
And I packed it up, and my car didn't have a stereo. And this is how excited I was about moving to a big city, that instead of, like, I didn't care. I don't have no music, nothing. I put my Walkman on.
Yeah.
The whole way I listened to my Walkman, and I'm driving to the big city. It was comical. What I did, it was pretty funny. So, but
how long did it take you to drive? I'm curious.
It's, you know,
how many days?
It took me, let's say, just shy of 2 days. Like, it's like I spent the night. It's not bad. I spent the night in was it Sudbury? I spent the night in Sudbury, and then I just kept going after. You take your breaks, and you just, but I was too excited. I didn't want to stop anywhere. I just wanted to move here. So,
and you did that drive alone, sweetheart?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Like a Daisy girl from Thompson, Manitoba.
I know. That's me. I sure did. So, you know, and so I get here, and then I get, okay, so I get here, and I was like, okay, now this place is huge. Yes. Now I don't know where to go.
Yes.
So, you know, somewhere along the lines, I ended up in Mississauga.
Yeah.
That's where my roots got planted.
Yeah.
And
it was a good place, because at that time, the culture was really coming into its own, you know, folks who go back that far in our audience here. I mean, things were really starting to move in terms of who we were as an identity, as a culture, and people were starting to be very proud of being South Asian, which, you know, was far removed from our earlier days. I'm not sure with you, but with me, where we'd be like, okay, you know, close the windows when Indian food is being cooked.
Yes.
Don't let your mom go out with a salwar kameez on. Like, early 2000s is when that game started to change, right?
Oh,
when you actually landed here.
So
tell me some of the things that you experienced, you know, which were very new for you when you came into such a big metropolis like Mississauga.
Well, okay, so, you know, the first thing, speaking of food, I mean, there's restaurants here. There are Indian restaurants.
Right.
What? Like, it's not my mom's kitchen?
Who spends money on Indian restaurants, right? Like,
forget that point. But like my mom, I remember my mom would make food and then she would send it with somebody, pack it up, and she would send it. Like that's me getting Indian food, right?
Right.
So here there are restaurants, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is interesting. And then it's just, you know, like people, they're happy people. Like they're very, like they're taking you in, and I'm just this young girl, freshly out of school, looking for a job. I have no idea what direction I'm really going into right now. All I know is that I dress well, I look good, I feel great, right? Like somebody's got to give me a job and I'm going to thrive in this. That's all I knew at that point, right? And then, so, you know, let's go back into like Indian restaurants, and I'm like, Indian food, Indian clothes. I'm meeting more and more Indian people.
Yes.
Like Indian people, like Winnipeg had Indian families. Don't get me wrong. Like, so my best friends I met in Winnipeg. So I saw it there, but what I saw here was completely different. Right. And then I'm like, it was a very, very unique time to move here. Like you said, people were just coming out of their hideouts, almost like hiding it, right? So,
yes.
And then I remember back, my first event I went to here, what was that called? It was a
beauty pageant, because that's where I met you.
Yes, that too. Somebody, you know, and they're like, why don't you just enter that beauty pageant? I'm like, okay, here we go.
And you did. And you know, folks, for those of you who are just tuning in, I'm speaking to the founder of MOOV Cosmetics, Shivani Kumar Chohan. I've known her for 2 decades, and we're actually at the point in our conversation when she and I met. And the thing that you've missed so far is the fact that Shivani has this incredible veracity to kind of explore life. And it's brought her from Thompson to Winnipeg to the big city here in the GTA Toronto region. And she's sharing what, you know, her growth journey's been like, and how the beauty and the fashion and the travel have all somehow serendipitously become a way of life for her. Really, you know, it's so interesting. Did I encapsulate your story so far well?
Oh yeah, you sure did.
Wonderful.
No, it's the journey. Like I'm a strong believer in what you put out there. Honestly, the universe is listening to you. Besides, you know, Google, everybody else is also listening to you.
Yes.
Now, but you know, the universe is listening to you. So what you really, to me, what resonates, like how you feel inside, what you want in life, just don't be shy to share it. Put it out there, right? And you're gonna get it, because, you know, I remember back then, I'm like, oh my God, we have an airport here. There's a large airport that there's planes that take you out of this country and takes you anywhere, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, how do I get on one of those? And my actually, the thing is, my first actual job that paid my, you know, my rent, my bread and butter, and all of that got me on my 2 feet. I became a flight attendant. I remember that. Right? So that's how it was. And out of nowhere, and that was nowhere in the cards for me. Like I had not planned this at all.
Of course.
Honestly, I came here and I was like, okay, now I need to feed myself. Now I need to find a place to live. Things like that. And then next thing you know, somehow this ad landed up on it, like in front of me, this job posting, and here I am. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go try it out. I want to travel the world. I want to see what's out there. I go, and there's hundreds of people, you know, because back in the day, they did interviews a little differently. It was more kind of like you enter it was kind of like a cattle call, I guess. That's how you would say it. Like you come in, it's almost like auditioning too, because like different rooms were set up for different interviews, and I kind of did it that way. Yeah. And out of hundreds of people, they're hiring maybe 20, maybe 30 people. Yeah. And then you get chosen, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to do this. It's meant for me, you know? So,
but can I just be like, can we just be real for a second, Shivani Kumar Chohan? Like,
I like how you say my name.
Yes. You got chosen because of flipping what you look like, woman, and the fact that you have confidence and that you're a friendly personality. Let's be real.
Thank you.
You know.
Well, like I said earlier, I dress the part.
You're a Libra. You're a Libra. People like Libras.
So there you go. And that's the thing, like, you know, I was very friendly because of my roots, right? Thompson's a very friendly town. Winnipeg is very friendly. We all smile at each other. In fact, I play this game here where, you know, I'll step out here, I'll go someplace, do running errands or whatever. Every person I look at, I'll smile at. And it's something that you just kind of grow up with. But what brought me in even more, my sister-in-law a couple of years ago said, you know, Shivani, have you noticed everybody's smiling around us? And I'm like, yes, actually, because I know I'm smiling. She goes, I make it a point to look at everybody and I smile at everybody. I'm like, oh my goodness. See, again, attracting the same type of people in your life, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah, absolutely. And you've done that because, you know, you got this kind of wealth of experience traveling, but then you also had quite a long stint in the media business.
Yes, I did.
Let's take your career there, because then that translated over into you truly finding your passion, which is MOOV Cosmetics. So talk to us about the media realm.
The media, okay,
again,
so
a whole other thing, right?
Yes, there's a whole other thing. So the media thing. Okay, so well, let's start with you. Like, our paths meet. We talk, we meet, we click, we connect, we talk. We were like, you had this idea back in the day. You're like, I want to create this like platform. I want to have this platform where I can speak about the culture, you know, what the culture is about, who it involves, and what kind of talent is around us, and from different parts of the world. There's an audience here. At that time, it was an audience here locally who will appreciate this, right?
Right.
And then you brought in people that you thought were going to be a good team. Yes. And I was one of the chosen ones. And I appreciate that, because you brought me in for fashion. Boy, was I ever excited. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember the whole time that you spent with us, sweetheart. And I'll never forget it, because, you know, there's certain things that are so poignant in your life, and you're touched by just kind of the, you know, the honesty of it, and being fully transparent with you about that. I don't know if I've ever shared it with you, but, you know, I was always fascinated at how every single project that you did for each issue of the magazine, like, because you did it from beginning to end, it's like the amount of time and effort and resources and people that you would bring in to make that project happen. And I have to say, you know, for my credit, that I'm really good at kind of picking talent. I am so good at picking people who are flipping awesome at what they do. And that is the magic for me as a founder, as a CEO, is who can do this as brilliant, because I'm good at this much. This is what I'm great at. And that's all I want to do. I need to surround myself by people who are like equally brilliant and equally as passionate about what they bring to the table. And you, babe, you are one of them. This is why our relationship was just so brilliant, because I gave you the room to be who you needed to be, and you'd go and do your project. And I don't think there was ever a time when you brought something to me that, you know, wasn't just A class. It really was.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. And again, like you gave me a room, you let me do my thing. And that's what it takes, right? It's like you have that trust. You know who you've brought in. You know what, you know, your team is about, and what this talent is going to do for you, because you recognize that, and that's your talent, right? So,
thank you.
You know, you doing that and giving us the freedom, and, you know, at that time for me, letting me be creative. That's the thing. I have creative juices. Let them flow, right?
Yes,
so,
yes, girlfriend.
So that's really where this started, and it took off. I remember, like, you even gave me this really cute piece. It was called "According to Shivani" or something,
oh
right?
My God! I remember that you had your unbranded piece.
I did. I had my own branded piece where I got to shoot 7 to 10 pages of. Literally, it was an editorial shoot. It was whatever I thought that was, you know, trending, or what I thought that was hot at that time, or how I felt inner wise, like whether I wanted to go with the trends or not go with the trends, create something like that's kind of, anyway. So we did that. We started that for about 4 or 5 years too. And it was so fun doing it.
It was so amazing. But can I tell you something? You did more than bring editorial concepts to the table. You actually gave people an opportunity to see what was possible. with fashion and style.
Yeah.
And I think that's the true magic. And I feel that's the reason why your career in media was as long as it was. And you went on to do these incredibly high profile, you know, jobs and positions. Let's talk about a couple of those.
Yeah. So, you know, so after Anokhi, I got recruited by a YYZ Living.
Yes.
And in between, I did some stints. I did a little bit of, I did a couple of months a couple of editorials for Flair. Yeah. And then I did one for fashion, actually. Yeah. And then, so I was just kind of, you know, just exploring and seeing things out there, seeing what was out there. And then comes YYZ Living. Yes. Now that was an opportunity too, because, you know, at the end of the day, like I wasn't actually out there looking for this, you know, I didn't even know what was out there, to be honest. I just wanted to grow. I wanted to grow. I wanted to see. And anyway, so there's YYZ Living, and they offered me the editor-in-chief position.
Yes.
I think I was so sitting in my chair when they had offered it to me after, you know, we had gone through the whole process and everything, and they're like, we like you, we like your energy, we just know that you're going to build this brand, you're coming on board, what's it going to be? I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing, right? Yes. So again, thanking my stars, very excited about this new gig. And, you know, my 4 or 5 years that I was there, it was unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm talking, I can hand pick the topics. I can hand pick, like, my team members, just like you know, surround yourself with people that are talented and they want to grow. So there's that hungry, you know, like that hunger to grow. And that's what I wanted. And because I was still at that same state of mind, I was fresh in it too still, right? So I was like, I would be so excited to go to work every single day. And so we did editorials, we did shoots, we traveled with the brand, we highlighted so many personalities and, you know, up and coming talent, this and that, or existing talent that was, you know, I got to interview people. Like it was just, and learning about their journey, right?
Of course.
So it was great.
Sweetheart, you created a brand. You were instrumental in spearheading the creation of a brand. Just think about it. Guys, if you're listening to us, so you've heard the journey so far. Now here Shivani is, where she has an opportunity to actually decide on what this brand is going to be, what it's going to feel like, what it's going to taste like, what it's going to expose to the wider community, what it's going to, you know, platform. This is an amazing opportunity, Shivani. And I feel that everything along your journey that you've talked about so far has led to where you've come today. And I know people talk about this. I know people say, you know, this is such a cliche statement, but this isn't true with a lot of people that I've met in my life, because they don't put it out there that they're open, you know, to opportunity. And really what I'm hearing in your journey is every step of the way, you have always been open to whatever it is that's come your way. And I think that has a lot to do with the kind of person you are and what your belief system is that you've been talking about throughout this interview so far. It's fascinating.
Thank you.
to see what you've been able to accomplish. I mean, sweetheart, you created a brand.
Yes.
That was so well known.
I'm very proud, because again, that brand, it's just like, you know, and I'll talk about that with MOOV, like how it ended up, you know, getting there. But, you know, YYZ felt like my child. It was like, I was, you know, I was raising it. Yes. I was like, you know, feeding it and bathing it and whatever you do with your kids, that's exactly what that brand was to me.
Right.
And you could feel it, and you could feel where it went and how it started, but where it went and the recognition that it received, the awards that we received. Like I can go on and on about it, because it was so satisfactory. And again, my, you know, thankful to my, you know, publishers that actually saw that in me to bring me on, right? You know, shout out to them to see it, and again, just like you, giving me the room and space to just do my thing, right? Yes. And trusting within me, right? Yes. So that's really what it was. And again, that experience, you know, like unbelievable. But then it takes me on into, you know, so I create this brand, in, you know, that's made its mark in the city, internationally as well. Like I would travel with the brand, and you know how you get invited to these press trips, and
of course
you go down and you see that the recognition is just not here. It's not local. It's out there. It's international. Like I went overseas with that brand, and people would know about it. Okay, this is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Like you're doing something right. So there was that. And then, you know, then it comes again, you come to a point in life where you're like, I still want to grow. I still want to do more.
I've done it now. Right? I've done this.
I've done this, you know? And now, like, then it, like, for me, that's kind of how it is. It's just like, I don't know. I was like, now what? Now what am I going to do? I have this beautiful thing who's, you know, it's sustained itself, it's running, it's like, it's organically growing, like it's all in place, everything is great. But now I need something, like I feel like I need to do something more, right? So
is that what prompted you to start MOOV?
Kind of, but it's an interesting story again.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So after that I move on to another publication, again as an editor position, and while I'm doing what I'm doing there, same thing, like, you know, growing this brand, you know, I meet somebody in the way of, in the path, let's say during the path, I meet somebody who has this, so what we'll do, so I stop there and I end up meeting somebody in the travel industry. Let's just say travel. Okay. So at this point, I'm like dissecting cosmetics and like picking lines and, you know, what's behind them, what they're all about. And then I meet.
So you come back there.
Yes. So
from university, you come back there.
Come back there now, right? So, you know, and then so I ended up meeting somebody who has a skincare line. So I'm like,
oh my God.
But now this time her skincare line it's an organic vegan line. I'm like, and back then, like, you know,
what was that, right? Like back then, no one knew. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Like, what is a vegan line? What's an organic line? Yeah. And like, you know, you have some idea of what it's about, but because we're building brands, we're also like, for example, like, you know, YYZ Living. I would dissect commercial brands, you know,
right?
Like, because that's what was big then, the luxurious commercial brands, right? So without naming brands, like, we do a piece on it, we would do articles on it, and you know, it is what it is, but nothing like I never got a chance to even kind of dig into what veganism was, or, you know, although at that point I had completely stopped eating meat. Like I had, you know, I went the other way anyway, but that was for my own personal reasons, right? Like, so I was down that path anyway, but so then here I meet somebody. She's got this like skincare line, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. We talk more. I see where she, you know, her line's available. I start using it. I really like it. I'm like, and you know, and I'm also unfortunately one of those girls or you know, people that have skin issues, like, you know, dry skin and eczema and all this stuff. So always have sensitive skin. So I'm always looking for that one product that's going to give me the relief on my skin, make me feel better, right? So then I land her line, and it's amazing. I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So her and I get to talk. She's from the travel industry too. I'm from the travel industry. My past is from there. So we start talking nails one day, and I'm like, you know, my nails have taken a beating over the years. My nail beds are dry. They chip, and I personally have very strong nail beds, but they're chipping and they're splitting and they're doing all these things. And I'm like, I wish there was a nail polish line that would work for my nails. That's all I said. Right. And her and I remember, and the thing is, we looked at each other and we went, let's start a line. We literally just went, let's start this line. It's not out there. We know what we're about. We know what, you know, what this is going to be. But then, you know, then it becomes like, who's the audience? Is it me or is it somebody else? Like, who are we creating this for? Right. And for me, it was, I got to create it for me, because if like, honestly, if I'm satisfied with it, me, myself, 100%. Yeah. If I'm like, that's the only way I'm going to sell it to somebody.
100%, right? Sweetheart. Absolutely. Yeah, like, you can't sell something you don't believe in.
Like that's being hypocritical. Like I couldn't do that. Right. So that was, the audience was ourselves, you know, and so we became partners. Okay. So I have a partner for MOOV. You know, it's a pandemic. She's not here, but you know, those who know the brand know the two faces. Absolutely. And she also has a very extensive background with the skincare line. And she's, you know, she's always on top of her like cosmetics and things like that. She's really cute. My partner's super cute. So,
but I can't imagine you working with someone that you don't absolutely adore. So it just goes without saying.
There you go. Yeah. And you know, so, okay. So we create this line and then, so here's the thing. So then at that point I started using lines that are, you know, good for you or organic or this or that. But the satisfactory was never there. Like, satisfaction was never there. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd put on water-based nail polish and the next day it's chipped and it's gone. Right. And I'm like, okay, this is not, you know, this is, I don't want to work to look good. Right. Right? Like, I'll put it on once and I'm going to look good and I'm going to feel good. I'm not one of those girls that keep reapplying things. It's just not my thing.
I'm with you, girlfriend. We've got other shit to do.
Exactly. I got other things to do. I got other things to worry about. I don't like, and I'm one of the, like, if I go for dinner, for example, if I remember to pack that lipstick, it'll be there. Otherwise, I could care less. Like, I apply it once, I'm good, I'm gone, right? So
I hear you.
So this is the thing, and then that will also say, like, if I, for example, for my wedding, for example, right? So I was like, I had a destination wedding. I went to Vancouver to get married to my Surrey boy. So cute. God bless. I know. But
what a place to get married, sweetheart. Everybody says that's a huge world traveler, that one of the best places they've ever visited is that part of the world, just because you get to see water and mountains in one view.
Right? Yes.
Right. Yeah.
It's like the most beautiful, serene place you'll ever go to. Yeah. It's a big city, but the mentality isn't as crazy. Like,
it's West Coast, right? It's West Coast mentality.
They're chill. They're really chill, right? So, you know, so I go back there and I remember looking at my nails and like, oh my goodness, it's a destination wedding. How am I going to sustain this nail polish? What salon am I going to run around to? You know, again, people weren't coming to you 10 years ago. Like, you know, now I can call somebody and someone will be at my house to do my nails or whatever. Back then, it was very difficult to find, you know? Yeah, yeah. So then I was like, okay, so I will choose to do shellac. That's the one and only time I did shellac. Okay. And let me tell you, yes, I was happy for the week or 2 weeks, whatever it lasted. But when I took it I took it off, that's when I actually realized, oh my goodness, this is horrible. This is damage. It's like, I was horrified, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. It literally, it took a layer of my nail bed right off. Yeah, right? So then I never went back to shellac. That was 10 years ago, or it will be soon 10 years. And then after that, like, I mean, I tried.
So I'm going to stop you for a second. If hubby's listening, hubby, just want to let you know that 10 years is the diamond anniversary. So we are expecting a diamond. That's all I need to say. Carry on.
He's listening.
Carry on, Shiv.
So then I tried the gel nails. You know, again, it's satisfactory for the minute or for the, you know, the few days that it looks great, it stays on. But again, it's not like I can use like a normal remover to take it off. No, it's not happening. No,
you have to, it's more work. It's more work because you have to go back and get it done by a proper technician.
Absolutely.
So I get you.
And then again, like, you know, the remover that they're using, it's not happening. My nails were destroyed for months again afterwards. And and I was like, this can't be happening. There's got to be something more out there. And then, you know, like, start using other products. And then, like, you know, so I'm talking about the experimental phase of me and my partner too, because we want to formulate the right formula, of course, for MOOV, right? Yeah. if I am going to put out a brand, you better believe it's going to be good, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be something somebody is going to vouch for, and I want, you know, clients are going to continue to use it. That to me is brand recognition, and that is appreciation, 100%. Right?
100%. So what does your line include? Like what are these magic ingredients that finally came together for you? And then let's talk about the actual line itself.
Okay, so again, I'll give you, before we get into that, I'll give you a little context on the name, MOOV. Where did that come from?
Yes, talk to me. Such a great name.
Thank you. So, you know, again, it was like, it has to be something that's going to resonate, something that's going to come from within me. What have I done in, you know, my years of existence?
Move.
I move around.
Yes.
Right? I move my thoughts. I move my body. I move everything about me. I move.
What a concept.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that's where MOOV came from. I was like, this is what's happening. This is what's going to create the line, and this is how we're going to grow this. So that's where the name came from.
Monica Bondi is saying, love the name on Instagram.
Shout out to Monica. Then the formula comes about, and it's not easy formulating, you know, cosmetics, or,
of course,
you know,
not.
especially like, you know, trying to create the perfect formula for this, or like the foundation for this, right? So,
right,
you know, with a few trials, you know, you trial and error, like, because, you know, 2-3 days of wear it's good, good, but it's not great, right?
Right.
So my mission was, I want this to be the healthier alternative to a shellac manicure. That's what I
love that. I love that. Yeah.
So
that's what we all want.
That's what we all want, right?
Yes.
So let it be healthy, let it be good for you, let it be good for your skin, and it's not seeping through your nail beds and creating all this, you know, toxic stuff inside the garbage. None of that stuff. It's on your nail bed, and it's also hydrating your nails. It's the pigment, like, it's helping everything, and I'll explain all this. So we get this formula down. This formula that is on my fingers.
Yes.
This will last.
Show us your fingers. Come close. Oh my God. Oh, it has this great kind of gloss, like lacquer
shine,
on it. Yeah, right? Yes. See that.
Yeah, like the shine and the.
What a cool color too.
Thank you. And the name of this particular color, here's the polish right here.
Oh my God. Can you turn the bottle so everyone can actually see? Oh, that's what it looks like. I love that.
Right?
I'm dying to know about your collection. I need to know about your collection.
I'll tell you, it's really fun too, because the collection, the inspiration, where it all comes from, it's again, it's all travel based. This is the thing, like, it's worldly. Like, I would go into different, you know, local markets of the countries I'd visit and pick up their local, you know, products and everything. My biggest one, I remember my biggest find one year was, I was situated in Ghana, Africa. And this was like, I don't know, 2005 or 6. I discovered shea butter. I don't know, like, I'm sure you know, but that's where it originated, right? Or originates from. I discovered it from there, and I remember having like really dry hands. And I would put it on my nails and my hands and stuff, and I'm like, this feels fantastic. Back then, shea butter wasn't even a thing. Like, you know, so that's the type of stuff I would do. I'd go get like unique ingredients and try to, you know, just mix and do my own stuff. Yeah. And then, you know, so what it did is, I applied all that stuff to my own line. And I'll tell you, if this is a good time to start this. But
no, can I tell you that it's the best time to start it? I'm being told that we have been talking, as you and I do, where we've got 10 minutes to go. So I need people to see the collection. And people are also asking, show us the colors.
Okay. Before I get to the colors, look at this. Okay, so this is my base, base, okay?
Yes.
So what I did to this, now I'm going to make this super quick. Have you ever heard your mom just say garlic is good for everything?
Yes.
Garlic, right? Garlic is for cooking, garlic this, garlic that. Well, there's garlic in this thing. right here.
No way.
So what this will do, it takes, okay, from heavy wear of your commercial brands, your nails will change color. You will find them either yellow or green at times.
That's true.
Right? So when you take it off, what this is doing is helping that. It's also hydrating your nail beds. It's also an antifungal treatment. So, if you go into those, spas, nail salons, you use the materials or instruments on, they mix, and sometimes you're going to get it on your feet. This is what you need to use. I have friends, that have been using this for years now, and they can vouch for this. This is a 3-month thing. Use it as a base. It'll take care of everything.
Wow. Okay. You heard that right here, folks. And what is the product called? It's called the base.
It's the base coat. I keep it simple. Base coat. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
This is my absolute favorite piece or item of my line.
Tell me why.
I do not go anywhere without it. Okay. So not only is this just a top coat.
Yeah.
Okay. You can use this as a base coat. You can use this as a top coat. It's also, again, it's a hydrating formula that's, with all of it. It adds a layer, a gel-like finish. That is the reason my nails are nice and shiny and thick, right? Like you can see.
Yeah, you can.
It's a fast dry. Your nails, you put this on, you are good to go within 3 minutes.
Wow.
When people are like, speak to me, I will obviously recommend all my colors, but this is, you need this. This is a must.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I'll come to this after. However, some of the colors I want to show you. Can you guys see behind me?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah? Okay. So my colors come from my inspired travels. I have different collections, right? The most recent one I just launched is my travels from Paris. Me and my partner both, like, she loves Paris. I love Paris.
I love Paris. I'm going with you next time once COVID's over.
Let's do it. I'll go anywhere with you once COVID's over. Like anywhere. I'll go to a restaurant down the street with you. I don't care.
I'm on your page, girlfriend.
So, so we launched this line, but right when we first started the first collection, it was our local love. So like things like this one, this is the pure black one.
So and we're just hearing here from Instagram. If you could also show them, because they are with bated breath and they can't see it. So when you show it to Facebook, if you can just move it over to Instagram. There you go.
Yes. Is that working? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'll move over a little bit too.
Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect.
Okay. So, if we so here's the color. Like, for example, this one is called Niagara Noir.
Oh my God, I love it.
This one is called True North. Where did that name come from? Tell me.
Hello.
Right? True North. And this red, let me tell you, is the most magical red. It's like
it looks really, it's the perfect balance.
It's the perfect balance. It's not orangey. It doesn't have an orangey tint. It doesn't have that deep burgundy tint. It's just the right color. So
you need to do lipsticks next, girlfriend.
That's our major surprise at the end. But yes, we're looking into it.
I just scooped you.
There you go. Exciting news to follow. So back there, if you can see the blue, that one's called Tofino Springs. The pink beside it, this one's really cute. It's called Lunching in Yorkville.
Oh, I love that.
It's my favorite neighborhood, and I'm that's one of the things. And the green is called mint cupcakes.
I love that. I love the shades. It's not just the colors you have, it's the shades. You can really tell that you really thought about it.
Oh yes.
Because these aren't normal shades.
Yes. Oh, exactly. They're different.
These are quite signature to your brand.
Oh, and these I will always keep. They're not going to be shades that you phase out eventually.
Yes.
These are the ones that I'm going to keep. Now I want to show the holiday collection since we're in the holiday season.
Let's do it.
So this right here.
Oh my God, I need some of that.
I know, right? So this is the gold.
Yeah.
And this is, look at this, the silver here. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
It's just
spectacular,
beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And right now, if this is the packaging it comes in, we have a bundle going on right now.
So can we talk about this bundle and where we can get it from and how long it's available and shipping, all that jazz? Like, let's let people know how they can get their hands on this?
So the bundle is available on the website, which is moovcosmetics.com.
Okay.
Our handles.
Wow, you got the .com, girlfriend.
I sure did. I sure did. So excited. I bought them all. .ca.
Of course.
I done all that, right? But .com was the and then the other thing is, if you follow us on Instagram, it's MOOV Cosmetics. Facebook, it's MOOV Cosmetics.
Okay.
Right now we have a bundle as on a special package right now for you. And we made it quite simple. It includes our remover. This remover, by the way, a little quick description. It's soy based, biodegradable. So the entire bottle, if you put it to 21 days later, it's gone. Like, you don't have to worry about wastage.
Okay.
Even
wow.
Yes. There's a lot of work. And again, with this remover, it was really important to me to make sure that it was a hydrating formula.
Right.
That I want to make sure people have good nails all the time, especially if you're using MOOV. I don't want to hear anything but it's just right.
I hear you, girl. Yeah, that's your mission. Yeah.
That's my mission. So this is what the bundle includes. It's got the True North.
Yeah.
It's got the Yukon Gold territory. Yeah. And then it's got the base, right? Yeah. And then it comes in this special packaging that I got made for specifically just, for
holiday
the bundles.
Season.
Holiday season, yeah. So this is available on the site right now. Probably will lead you right up until Christmas, end of the month.
Okay.
At a
and
special
how do they
rate.
get it? Oh yeah,
you can order it. You can order it right off the website. But I've created it as a bundle, so it's just one click. Literally, put it in your cart, out it goes. Gets shipped within 3 to 5 business days. Yeah. And the site it's very easy to navigate the site. I've kept it again very simple. Simple ingredients, simple site, simple navigation. That's my thing.
I love it. And that just goes with your whole kind of mission and mandate that you just don't want to have to work hard. So you don't want your customers to work hard either.
I don't want them to work hard.
You just want to get A-class quality and service.
Yes.
So let me ask you, for those of our audience who are global, is this available to ship globally, or is this Canada-based, North America-based? Let's just let people know.
You can order this from any corner of the world. I am set up that way. This brand moves, and it moves to every direction. So order away and you will receive the order. The colors.
Love that.
The colors will literally stay on your fingers for 7 to 10 days without chipping. The only time you're going to start to see there's movement, it's your actual nail bed growing out. Right. That's when you'll start to see that it's like, it's coming off, but that's like growth, right? Yes. But it's not going to chip unless
you mean like this?
There you go. Like that. That's pretty good though. Nice nail. I like the shape. I was so excited. I did a little color chart.
God.
I painted
these are your colors. These are your colors.
These are some of the colors. Yes. Whatever I could fit on here, I did. We have new colors every season. I know I'll send you. You got to try. I know the red, the blue. This is all you. Especially the gold.
On me. Yes.
We release colors every season. And here's the other thing. They're available. I'm available at Whole Foods. Healthy Planet, every location, everywhere, anywhere you're shopping, you're gonna find MOOV. And any of the other health stores like the Big Carrot or Essence of Organics, and these massive like organic stores that are focused on health and beauty. That's where you're gonna find my product. So, and again, if you want to just make your life easy, pandemic, honestly, I feel for everybody, and I feel for what's happened out there, and I wish for a healthy turnaround for everyone. But what it also has done on another base, I guess you can say, it's forced people to pay attention to their own mind and body and soul. I have noticed the increase on orders because people are at home now researching what's good for them, what they want to apply on their nails, because they're having to do their own manicures, pedicures, right? So they're the ones that now are forced to look at, like, wait, I don't want to just put something on for the sake of putting it on. If I'm eating right, I want to apply right as well. So that's what it's done.
So can I ask you a question, since we have 2 minutes left to go? So folks, moovcosmetics.com. Literally, that's all you need to get out of this conversation. Everything you need to know is going to be there. Very easy to navigate, very easy to choose what you want, very easy to get what you want. Every single country in the world has access to this. So make sure that you grab it. My last question to you, Shivani, is this: for those people who really, you know, are uninitiated about kind of the space you're in, what is ethical beauty and why is it important?
Ethical beauty, honestly, you can spin it in a negative way, you can spin it in a positive way. I chose
like
to
most things in life,
right?
Yeah.
I chose to bring it in a positive way. Ethical beauty to me means ethical ingredients. If I'm going to eat proper, I want to apply proper.
Okay.
My line is 100% ethical. It's chemical free. That's the one thing I'm going to tell you about.
Wow.
And you know
I
what?
can't imagine how you formulated that, but that'll be a whole other show we'll do.
We love animals, so it's cruelty free, you know, all of that stuff. So again, ethical, it comes down to being, and it comes from within, to be honest. So that's my take on it.
And that's what it is, guys. Just the whole corporate culture around MOOV Cosmetics is that it is about self-care, self-love, and self-awareness. We started off the conversation with those three magical words, and we're ending it off. Now you know why, you know, this is so important for us to talk about. You know that, you know, this particular lady, she puts her money where her mouth is, her mouth where her money is, and she will only give you exactly what she's willing to give herself. Thank you so much, Shivani. You are just brilliant.
Oh,
and I cannot
thank you.
wait to hear more about that lipstick line. So when that's ready, you come back and you talk to our audience, okay?
100%. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate it. This conversation was everything. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I thank you to the listeners. Thank you for tuning in. This is amazing. Get your MOOV. I'm going to ship them out to you. Get your nails done right.
Woo! Thank you so much, sweetheart. We are going to get to the end of this now. Again, folks, the last thing you need to know is MOOV, MOOV Cosmetics.com. That's me, your host, Raj, over and out. Thank you, Shivani. Love you. And I cannot wait till our next conversation, and also for my next conversation with each and every one of you guys out there. Mwah! Love from me to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.